Hi Jodi, it's Anne, your imaginary friend. And boy, have I got some stories to tell.
I've waited impatiently for the last 40 years to have this opportunity to speak of Jodi Lee Tanner. Jodi was born 17th of November 1973 to dental nurse Jenny, Wonder Woman, and myself, Kerry, KJ, Tumbles, All Black prop and publican. I was at the peak of my All Black propping career when Jodi came along, and when I took her mother to the maternity unit, the midwife in charge had to ask which one of us was having the baby. Jodi's first residence was the Eastern Tavern. A few of you may say that explains some of her drinking behaviour over the years.
Jodi was a very cute baby. She always looked serious and had these beautiful little rosebud lips, and she had fine black hair which Mum styled into a bit of a comb over, so she looked like a serious little old man in a baby's body.
She didn't cry a lot. She was very contented, and just feed her and she'd just sleep. She was a happy little baby.
Boom boom made her great to be crazy. Boom boom made her great to be crazy. Gabbing foolish the whole day through. Boom boom made her great to be crazy.
A minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Jodi had a little friend called Anne. She used to chat away to Anne. To chat away to her imaginary friend when she was playing with the dolls, and she was making cups of tea. And
Jodi had one very bad experience whilst residing at the Eastern Tavern. She was playing on the deck when she came across another punter there who was washing her plastic pink tea set with Handy Andy detergent. As people are already well aware, Jodi has some very unusual drinking behaviours. And Jodi yelled, "Milkshake, milkshake," and demanded a drink out of the pink plastic teacups. This all ended rather disastrously, with 2-year-old Jodi having her stomach pumped of Handy Andy at the local hospital. Due to this unfortunate incident, Jodi decided to find a new drinking establishment, which was the Crown Hotel. Little did she realise that the Crown Hotel was a sweatshop for child labour. While slaving in the kitchens there, she would have to peel a 20-kilogram bag of carrots for 20 cents of pay. In her spare time in this den of iniquity, she would watch TV in Dad's office, smoke White Owl cigars, and look at Playboy magazines, and get her kicks by pretending to lock her sister in the pub safe. At 5 years old, she decided she had to leave this playgirl lifestyle behind and start to get serious. So she moved to the affluent suburb of Fendleton to go to Island Primary.
she loved school. She used to love reading, and she used to spend all her pocket money on books.
She had a lot of successes there. She was tall, strong, with good hand-eye ball coordination, and she climbed the echelons of sporting fame in netball and basketball for Island Primary, Kirkwood Intermediate and Canterbury age group basketball teams.
Oh, she did very well. I always thought she was very placid, but when I went to watch her play sport, she seemed to have a personality change. Become very focused and aggressive.
Jodi, gotta train hard if you want to make the team.
One day she was on the basketball court and she was going for a layup, and this fellow was standing there and she just flattened him. There he was flat on the floor.
When Jodi was 14, finally bored with the pubs and bars of New Zealand, she decided to move to Australia with Mum and Dad. This increased the IQ on both sides of the Tasman.
We moved to Australia. It was the last few years at high school, so that was quite a transition.
Jodi moved to the ritzy Sunshine Coast beachside town of Noosa, where she finally found her preferred drinking establishment of the Noosa Sheraton.
Girls who indulge as bulges.
It was lifestyles of the rich and famous. She went to high school with the likes of Pat Rafter, Kerry Spicer and Suzanne Crom, with whom she remains great friends. Eventually, Jodi got barred from the Noosa Sheraton, so she hot-footed it down to the metropolis of Brisbane and found an establishment that could cope with some of her aberrant behaviour, the West's Rugby Club Rooms. Jodi was passionate about rugby, and this lifestyle suited her aggressive on-field persona and her off-field antics of police chases with taxis and drunken pub fights at the RE. Somehow in this chaos, Jodi focused on her uni and completed her Bachelor of Human Movement Studies and Bachelor of Podiatry. In 2001, the heady lifestyle of Brisbane was starting to take its toll, and Jodi moved into her glorious sisters unit in Main Beach on the Gold Coast.
Kim, you shouldn't be a psychiatrist. You need a psychiatrist.
She said she was only going to stay for a month. 4 years later, thanks to the interventions of a psychiatrist, emergency doctor, and several psychiatric registrars, she moved out from the St. Maxine Main Beach therapeutic community, detoxified, calm and mentally stable. She had reformed from her old pub fighting days.
Well, it's alright to be myself. Now I've learned to stand. Well, it's okay to be just who I am.
She's done very well, she's got her own business now. So I'm very proud of her and her achievements.
She has had her home and podiatry practice, Positive Podiatry in Marquerie Street, Mermaid Waters, for the last 7 years. She has been extremely dedicated and built it up to a successful business.
Jodi's been a great companion going through the years for me, from high school years, travelling back and forth from New Zealand. She's been a great travel companion when we've gone overseas to Paris and Marrakesh, Vietnam, Cambodia, France, Italy, Switzerland. Climbing in the mountains was a wonderful experience. It was one time when we were in the Swiss Alps camping. I was sharing a tent with Jodi, and she went out and tried the local grappa. And that night she came back into the tent, and she was in the throes of throwing up over my clothes, and I was trying to rip them away from her, and she was pulling them back. So that didn't go down too well. She'd thrown up outside, but anyway, when she went to clean it up, it was all gone. We think the animals must have cleaned it up.
Jodi, you have had a great 40 years. You are very much loved by your family. You have many close friends, a successful business, and more recently, perhaps your greatest achievement of all, you've managed to beat Mum in golf.
Jodi's golf has improved so much lately. I'm not in the hunt. She hits the ball so hard and so far. I'm out of the picture now. I haven't got the length. And her short game's improved too, so it's improving all the time. So she's too hard to beat now.
You have many wonderful qualities. You're a loyal daughter, sister and auntie, a reliable friend. You are hard-working, you set goals and strive to improve yourself consistently. This persistence is the quality that leads to success. You've had a wonderful 40 years, and the next 40 will be even better. Jodi, persistence. The best is still to come. Happy 40th birthday.
Jodi, cheers. Happy 40th.
Jodi, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday, and I hope you have all your dreams come true for the future. I hope your next 40 years are as enjoyable as they have been for me. And all the best.
You can give your life, you can lose your soul, you can bang your head or you can drown in a pool. Nothing lasts forever, but you can try. Look around you, everyone you see, everyone you know is gonna shine. Shine. Nothing lasts forever, but you can try. Well, look around you, everyone you see, everyone you know is gonna shine.
Birthday to you, Jodi. Happy birthday to Jodi. Happy birthday to Jodi. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
I love you, Auntie Jodi.
Happy birthday to you. Hot damn right.